it's Nikki here. I'm here today to do my spoiler-free book review for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. As with the first one, this is not my copy, this is my mom's copy. I do not own physical copies anymore. I'm hoping to remedy that, but investing in a whole set is quite a bit of money. And I'm saving for a wedding right now, so I can't really do that. This is book 2 in the Harry Potter series, as most, if not all of you know, and it's pretty similar to the first one. You have Harry, you have shit going down at the school, and that's really the story. I will just move forward immediately into my likes and dislikes here. There's no point in dwelling on the summary. In terms of my likes, my first one is I really enjoyed kind of all of the attention Ron got in this one. I think it did a really good job of establishing why he is Harry's best friend and what kind of character he is. I know it doesn't always show through, but he is actually pretty brave, he's pretty loyal, and he just has these deep family connections that I think really do a good job of giving him redeeming qualities even when you're not always super thrilled with him. My second like is the character development. As with the first one, they're still a little bit more molded towards the stereotype of the role they're filling, but they are continuing to grow as characters, and as you get to know them better, I'm finding myself becoming, again, more connected to them every time as you go farther, and I find that every time I read the book, J.K. Rowling does a really good job of getting you to like and or be invested in the characters. And my third like here is the continuation of the world building. I especially liked it in this book because a lot of the world building was done less with information dumps and more with character interactions, so you got a good idea of a lot of like social norms and like politically correct terminology, and I really enjoyed that. I found it really fleshed out the characters in the world as you meet them. I mean, I could go on forever about how great Harry Potter is as a series, but I'm actually going to go into my dislikes now. The biggest thing here is that as this was overall one of my least favorite books in the Harry Potter series, my dislikes here are going to be a lot more impactful than they were in, like, say, my Philosopher's Stone review. And for me, the big one is pacing. It's very similar to what was the issue in the first one. Even though J.K. Rowling doesn't really dwell on anything in terms of action and drama, you do get so much more time not at the school than I remember. I feel like in the books, when I remember reading them, I feel like we were at the school the whole time, but you were a good way through the book before you actually got to the school, and then everything at the school felt really rushed because of that. It just, something in particular I forgot about the first few books that reading them again I really didn't enjoy. My second dislike here is actually how formulaic the second book is to the first one. I forgot how similar the plots were. And then my third negative is that some parts of the book didn't really make sense. I don't want to get too spoilery because this is supposed to be spoiler-free, even though I know almost everyone knows. But a lot of it has to do with something that makes Harry question himself, and others question kind of what's going on with him. And that's all I really have to say about my likes and dislikes. I'll move forward to the characters, try to do them quick, and get into the wrap-up. This doesn't need to be a long video. We all know what's going on. So with the characters, everyone kind of picks up where they leave off. Ron and Harry really fall back into their friendship pretty quickly. Hermione still fills kind of that same role. She's driven, she's academic, but she's starting, I don't want to say soften, but she does have a soft spot for Ron and Harry, which is really nice to read every once in a while. I really enjoyed how a lot of peripheral characters got some attention to development just in terms of their social interactions. So like you get like Lucius and Arthur Weasley having a good interaction that really fleshes out their characters, and you get a lot of interesting interactions of the main three with Malfoy. The main three, although they don't get tons of development, I really loved the exposure and development Ron got. I felt it did a really good job establishing his character as early on in the series as they could, and that's all I really have to say about the characters. The wrap-up will be pretty quick as well. Overall, Chamber of Secrets is probably my least favorite of the Harry Potter books, as I mentioned earlier. My rating here is a 3 out of 5. I remember really enjoying this book as a kid, and then as I kept rereading it, I enjoyed it less and less every time. But I can't bring myself to skip it because it's not that bad. My biggest issue is that it was just too formulaic in terms of the plot compared to the first one. And while I appreciated that familiarity as a kid, I do not enjoy it as much reading the second book as an adult. The bonuses here are that Ron gets a lot of quote-unquote love and character development that I really enjoyed, and his family gets really well established, but it just balanced out pretty middle of the road in terms of the book overall. But thankfully it is one of the shorter books, and it was really easy to get through because the writing continues to be very accessible to a wide audience. And with that, I will let you guys go, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!